We're all used to seeing the beautiful forest of the North Carolina mountains, but that familiar scene could change for good. Reporter Sarah Huffman is in the studio, and Sarah, one of the key species is dying out.
That's right, Carla. The Blue Ridge Mountains are a delicate ecosystem on the verge of a major change. The hemlock might not be around much longer. I traveled to the mountains of western North Carolina to find out why this lovely tree is in grave danger. A drive along the Blue Ridge Parkway might look very different in a few years with the mass death of one of its native species. An insect called the hemlock woolly adelgid is threatening to wipe out the entire hemlock population along the East Coast. The woolly adelgid gets its name because of the furry, white, waxy substance covering its body. The tiny pest attaches itself to the base of hemlock needles and sucks out all of the nutrients, eventually causing the needles to fall off. But hemlocks can't survive without their needles, so they die within 5 to 7 years. Infested hemlocks go from a lush, green tree, like this one, to a skimpy, grayish skeleton, like this one, before eventually dying for good. Hemlocks tend to grow in cool, damp places, like near riverbeds. A volunteer coordinator at the Cradle of Forestry in Pisgah National Forest, Barbara Merrill, says the present drought isn't helping either.
Because we have had an extreme drought here this summer. We had a freeze this spring, and then the drought this summer, I believe it's just devastating the trees, and they have no defense.
So what can we do? Researchers have come up with several possible treatments, from predatory beetles to chemical sprays. But as the director of the North Carolina Botanical Gardens, Peter White, points out, the outlook isn't good.
I'm on the pessimistic side, really, to be honest. I think maybe a few trees in a few pockets, maybe the beetle will increase fast enough so that the hemlock doesn't disappear entirely from the forest, but I think we're already losing some magnificent old-growth forests of hemlock.
The woolly adelgid tends to thrive in large stands of hemlocks, rather than a single tree, so some lone hemlocks might come out of this still standing tall. With the loss of this native tree, the entire ecosystem of the southern mountains will change. Unfortunately, officials say the hemlock will die out significantly. Now the challenge will be to find a tree similar to the hemlock to take its place in the wild.
Thank you, Sarah. Sarah Huffman in the studio.
The 22nd Annual International Festival of Raleigh has wrapped up, but participants are already thinking about ways to make next year's even better. The festival is a celebration of all the diversity in the Triangle area, and it represented more than 30 cultures. Representatives from different countries set up restaurants, booths, and informational displays. There were also dance performances every 15 minutes. The nonprofit organization International Focus sponsors the festival and also hosts many other seminars, workshops, and programs throughout the year. After a little more than a year on the market, Burt's Bees has a buyer. Clorox executives recently announced they plan to purchase the company for $925 million to expand into the market of personal care products. Burt's Bees is a Durham-based maker of products such as natural lip moisturizers, lip shimmers, and facial scrubs. The company, founded in 1984, will remain in North Carolina after the purchase, which will be final by the end of the year.
Last week we told you about our friend Pablo, who's still looking for a new home, and this week's featured pet is no different. Meet Benjamin, a 9-month-old bulldog mix. He's a big puppy for his age, and a strong one at that. He loves to run and play and always wants lots of attention. He came to the shelter almost 2 months ago, and he's still looking for someone to give him a good home. For more information about how you can adopt Benjamin or any of the other animals at the shelter, go to our website at carolinaweek.org.
And we're joined now by weathercaster Laura Pagano.
So Laura, the skies are clear and the weather is beautiful. What's going on?
I definitely agree. This past weekend, it was just absolutely beautiful. We saw seasonable temperatures, and well, people are now bundling up and drinking coffee to stay warm. Are we seeing an early winter visit? I'll let you know next.